I will attempt to explain the most complex of the four market structures, oligopoly. An oligopoly is a market in which a few firms produce all or most of the market supply of a good or service. Basically, this means that any of the single firms can affect the market, and the firm's actions will have an impact on all of the other producers. The product can be the same, like tennis balls, or differentiated like breakfast cereal. In an oligopoly market structure, you will find high barriers to entry, such as patents or controlling the supply of a product by taking control of distribution outlets. Visa and MasterCard have done this by preventing banks that issue their credit cards from offering rival credit cards. The amount of market power the firms possess depends on the four determinants of market power. These are the number of producers, the size of each firm, barriers to entry, and the availability of substitute goods. The standard measure of market power is the concentration ratio, which is the proportion of total industry output produced by the largest firms. An industry with a concentration ratio above 60% is considered an oligopoly. In the battle for market shares, you might wonder, how does an oligopolist acquire a larger market share? When there are few firms, it is not possible to just expand production at will, because in an oligopoly, increased sales on the part of one firm will be noticed immediately by the other firms, causing the other firms to retaliate by stepping up market efforts or increasing advertising. One way to gain market share would be teaming up with another oligopolist and lowering your prices to where your competitor is forced out of business, and that market share is then split between the partnered oligopolists. The main graph associated with an oligopoly is the kink demand curve. The shape of the demand curve facing an oligopolist depends on the responses of its rivals to its price and output decisions. If rival oligopolists match price reductions but not price increases, the demand curve will be kinked. An oligopoly wants to behave like a monopoly. Industry profits are maximized at the rate of output at which the industry's marginal cost equals the marginal revenue, point J. In a monopoly, all of this profit goes to one firm, but in an oligopoly, it must be shared by a few different firms. In an oligopoly, the marginal cost and average total cost curves represent the combined production capabilities of several firms rather than only one. The industry marginal cost curve is derived by horizontally summing the MC curves of the individual firms.